Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, a bit of news today. We have a cruise ship that's been only running for a year closing. We also have a big arrest coming from a Costa cruise ship. We also have Galveston investing a ton of money and a lot of attention for one ship. And then we have a fan favorite that you may not even know he worked there unless you sailed with Royal Caribbean, but he also had the most unique job in the cruise industry, and he's leaving Royal Caribbean. Alright, well, the cruise ship that's leaving, well, it's kind of a cruise ship. Yeah, as you know, I just came back from Disney, if you've been watching the channel. Their Galactic Star Cruiser, the cruise ship in space hotel that can charge up to $6,000 a night for a family of 4 for 2 nights. No, sorry, for 2 nights, not one per night. $6,000 for 2 nights. Basically 45 hours of an event where you would go on board, you could dress up in your Star Wars gear, the whole place is like a theater where different events go on, you meet characters from the new Star Wars. You don't get to see Luke, you don't get to see Leia, Han, you know, those characters, you get to see Rey and them. And surprise and surprise, people, once they spend $6,000 on the hotel, decided that they didn't want to spend another $6,000 to go on the hotel. And Disney has now announced that it is closing. I'm very sorry for all those actors who put so much studying and so much time into learning lines and making these big experiences for people there. But it was a failed idea to begin with. First of all, the movies were not successful. The TV shows were not successful. So what made them think the hotel would be successful? It's not. And they eliminated the die-hard Star Wars fans from the classic movies by making it all the new Star Wars movies that were by Disney. So they couldn't even bring in the fans of Luke and Han and Leia. Oh well. Again, I'm sorry for the staff, but again, it was a Disney management error. They just seem to be making so many mistakes. It's incredible. However, the one thing they're doing well, I'll tell you, their parks are still fun. So they got that going for them. Next, we also have another pretty major bust going on. It was on the Costa Fabulosa, and it was 95 kilograms of cocaine when the French authorities spotted 2 kind of people acting kind of strange, getting ready to go ashore in France. And so they raided their room and found 95 kilograms of cocaine. Yeah, that's not gonna go over well. So it's still going on, folks. And you never know, you keep thinking drugs, it's going to be somewhere in the Caribbean, it's going to be in, you know, Cartagena, it's going to be some places, and then France, Australia, Montreal, all kinds of places have had huge busts of drugs trying to be smuggled. Next, we also have Galveston. Galveston, Texas is that cruise port that's been growing. They've moved the Allure of the Seas there. Carnival has announced the Jubilee will be going there, and yeah, they're expanding the cruise port. They're expanding a lot of the area around there, trying to draw in more and more business, and they're investing $53 million in this brand new facility area and getting it all spick and span. And a lot of it is because the Jubilee is going. And they've come right out and said it. This is one of the biggest, brightest, brand new ships with Carnival. And they think families will be flocking there in the future. And they're willing to put the money where their mouth is. And it's going to be bringing up an awful lot of new business, I think, in Galveston. So good on them for embracing it. And let's see how the Jubilee does in Galveston, Texas. Hopefully it's there for years and years and years to come. Lastly, a bit of a sad story here because one thing that Royal Caribbean had that no other cruise line had is they actually had an on-staff, full-time meteorologist. That's right. They had a weatherman. His name was James Van Fleet, and he was with the company for 6.5 years, and he just posted a Twitter saying, "Thank you to Royal Caribbean for a great 6.5 years, but he is now moving on. Royal Caribbean has let him go." He did not quit. Royal Caribbean has let him go, as well as they have not hired anybody to replace that position. Now, is this going to make things more dangerous because they don't have a full-time meteorologist out there helping to make decisions on hurricane and weather forecasts, and should you go into port on the windy days, those kind of things that he would all handle and put his input in? Is it going to make it more dangerous? Probably not, because the other cruise lines haven't had their own weatherman, shall we say. They've managed a perfectly sound system all these years, but it is kind of sad that some of the things that we kind of it would be like when John Heel leaves Carnival Cruise Line. You're gonna miss him. We've also lost a lot of CEOs, right, from the cruise lines. We've lost Royal Caribbean, we've lost Princess, we've lost Celebrity, we're losing them at Norwegian, we're losing them left and right, and we're bringing in new people, which is great, but a little bit of the nostalgia guy in me is gonna miss those figureheads going forward, because they've been around forever in my, since I've been cruising. They've always been the face and the voice of their industry and their cruise lines. And James Van Fleet, I wish you well, my friend, and I hope you have much success in your future endeavors. And I know there will be some people who will absolutely miss you on Royal Caribbean. A lot of fans. And then there are casual cruisers didn't even know you existed, but we did. The ones who sail a lot knew you were out there and you were keeping an eye on the weather for us to make sure we got back and in the port and had a good time and do it safely. Well, yeah, I kind of missed that. And anybody surprised by the Galactic Star Cruiser closing down? I just spent 5 nights in a 2-bedroom in Animal Kingdom with a savannah view, and it cost me less money than 1 night in that hotel for 4 people. I didn't see the value. I just didn't see the value, and apparently nobody else does neither. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.